Today, it's officially game on here in Yonkers, New York. Perhaps I should say games on. The USAFL Eastern Regional Tournament is taking place today, and we're here to bring you the action. Season number 7 of Stateside Footy starts now. We're on location here at Tibbetts Brook Park in Yonkers, New York, the site of the 2016 USAFL Eastern Regional Tournament. Hello, and welcome to Stateside Footy, the program that features the game of Australian Rules Football played here in the United States. Alongside camera person Stacey Robert and co-commentator Brian Barish, I'm Bill Robert, and today we kick off a day full of action just north of the Big Apple. The regular Northeast clubs are all here today: the Boston Demons, the Baltimore-Washington Eagles, the Philadelphia Hawks, and the host club, the New York Magpies. In addition, we'll also see players from the North Carolina Tigers and the Columbus Jackaroos. We'll also see some women's action today, as players from Boston, Baltimore-Washington, Columbus, and Montreal have come to join the New York ladies for a kick here in the park. And also, USAFL media manager Brian Barish will join us for the call of today's games, which will start up right after the break. Up first, a Mid-Atlantic rivalry as the Baltimore-Washington Eagles face the Philadelphia Hawks. We'll bring it to you next, right here on Stateside Footy. Action just about underway here in the Eastern Regional Tournament from the USAFL, and today we have the Philadelphia Hawks, who are playing in the gold and brown uniforms, and the Baltimore-Washington Eagles, who are playing in the white and the blue. So here we go. They've got the ball. They're getting everyone in position right now. We're just about set to toss the ball up and get this one underway here, as the umpire makes sure everyone is in position. Up goes the ball. Off goes the whistle. There we go. And the ball will now be tossed into play, and we'll have official action. Up it goes, and it's tossed, actually hit out of the ruck there by Chris Bate. Chris Bate, actually a guest from the New York Magpies. He's one of their players right now. Philadelphia hasn't had the full 18, so in a few cases today you'll see some of the sides will have players in from other teams to help them make the 18. But anyway, it goes now to John Loring. Loring with a nice kick, headed to the Philadelphia end of the ground, bounces off a set of hands, and the Hawks look to move it forward. Punched out there, winds up in Baltimore-Washington hands. Now the Eagles kick it ahead, and trying to get somebody a target on the wing there. However, it's spoiled and winds up going to ground, but the Eagles are able to get a chain of handballs off, and they go through the ground. Anyway, that kick is smothered. That's a nice move there. And let's see, it goes near, and it's going to wind up. That little spot you see there with the cones, there's actually a little bit of a divot on the ground. So what they do is if the play goes near there, they stop it so someone doesn't put a leg in that divot or something and mess up an ankle or a knee or something. I remember there was actually a game at Baltimore-Washington a few years ago where there was a hit and run in the field, and someone hit it and had a really bad knee injury as a result. And once again, we have a whistle, and I believe it's going to be a free kick. It's going to be awarded to the Philadelphia Hawks. I believe it's going to be John Loring with it now. And will he try and boom another one like he did already? Nope, he just tries a little pass out to the wing. It's going to take a bounce and wind up in Philadelphia hands. Kicked forward, rolls, skips, doesn't really sit for everyone. Actually, it does sit as they kick it forward now. Kick goes in toward the sticks, and it's marked there. Nice job by the Baltimore-Washington back line in taking that intercept mark, and they play on. They handball it right off, and they try and kick it out to the fat side. It is spoiled. It goes to ground right now. Hawks just try and soccer it off the deck. They're trying to move it ahead right now, looking to get any type of a scoring structure. Loose in front, and I believe that's going to be Nick Walk, who gets a foot to it and is actually able to push it through the big sticks. So we've got the first scoring shot of the match. It goes to the Philadelphia Hawks in the form of a major score. And right now the score is Philadelphia 1 straight 6 and Baltimore yet to score. So right there and then, here we go. Philly with some early action here. And by the way, today, if you hear a bit of a trip up, please bear with me. I know I call these teams a lot, but still, Philadelphia, obviously, when you think NFL, you've got the Philadelphia Eagles, but today Philadelphia is playing the Eagles, so my brain wants to throw those two terms together. I'm like, no, do not. So if you hear me trip, I apologize in advance, but so far so good as the ball goes up once again. And it's tapped out of the ruck there by Tracy Williams Jr., but then kicked in by the Hawks. And ball skips into the Philadelphia zone once again, heading for their goals, and doesn't really sit for anyone yet. Goes to ground. There's a big pile up there, a bunch of players on it, and the umpire will just call and say, my ball. Early action in the first half here. Right now, Philadelphia leading Baltimore-Washington by a straight kick, and Baltimore-Washington, nice job there hitting it out to advantage, and they've got the clearance, and they're trying to move it up right now. It's marked, and here we go. They're coming through the corridor. Eagles with it now. Handball goes off, and they get it over to Williams. Williams handballs over, and kick into the Baltimore-Washington zone. Goes, right into the hands of a waiting Philadelphia Hawk. Nice job there with that defensive mark. He's looking for Loring on the wing, and it's spoiled. Loring trying to get it. He handballs it off right now, and Philly once again moving it to their half of the ground. As the kick goes up, it is spoiled. Goes to ground, takes a bit of a skip, continues along though, and they're trying to handball it away, and it continues deep in the wing. They're trying to kick it forward now. Handball out once again by Philadelphia, and kicked back into the zone there. The kick there by number 8, who actually, I don't see that number here. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Pat Miller. Pat Miller with the kick there. And we've got a kick right there. Goes to ground now. Just kind of punched out of the air, but they'll allow it. And the Hawks are off. I'm sorry, the Eagles are off once again, and they're on the move. They trail by a straight kick right now. Philly trying to move it forward, just tapping it. Once again, trying to get the ball to sit for him, and it's going to go right by him and out of bounds. Therefore, we will have a boundary throw in. Good result, though, for Philadelphia as it comes in their left half-forward flank as the ball comes in from the boundary line. And Philly, the only ruckman there. However, he can't get it to a target as it bounced off his hand, and it's going to roll and go back, so we will have another boundary throw in. As once again, this ball will be put up for grabs after going over the boundary line. Just a reminder, lots of footy to be had today here on Stateside Footy. We're actually doing a series of episodes from this Eastern Regional Tournament, so please do stay tuned. And Hawks almost escape with it, but not quite. Tapped ahead, and it bounces, and who'll get there first? It'll be Philly. Handball goes off. He juggles it, but he's able to get it. Another handball's off, gets it to Miller now, and Miller just kicks it in toward the sticks, and that looks like, well, it got there, but it's offline. Pat Miller with the kick there for the Hawks. However, it's going to go through for a minor score. That increases Philadelphia's lead right now, though. They lead 1-1-7, and Baltimore-Washington actually still yet to really get any type of action near their goals as they take the kick in from their own back goal square. And, that's a beautiful mark in the middle of two players. He juggled it, but kept his concentration and was able to come down with it. He kicks it now, and that is gotten there by Robert Edwards. And here we go. Eagles on the march. It goes over everybody. Heading for the goals right now. Philly will be there first to pick it up, but then he is hauled down. And it looks like that might be a push in the back, a free kick there. And that's going to be called against Nick Siska, number 56. And it's kicked out on the wing, and here come the Hawks. Hawks with it now. Another kick along the wing, looking for a target. It's going to go over a couple of heads, then be retrieved by the Eagles. Baltimore-Washington in action once again as they try and kick it back up the other side through the wing. However, the ball rolls along the ground and goes offline and goes over the boundary, so we'll have a boundary throw in just about at the center wing on the far boundary here. Baltimore up by 7, first half here on Stateside Footy. I'm sorry, not Baltimore, Philadelphia. Baltimore-Washington trailing by 7, actually. And it's kicked ahead into the zone, and loose ball, but it's going to head towards the sticks. And with it now, that's C.J. Adams. C.J. Adams with a goal. First kick for the Baltimore-Washington Eagles, and young C.J. Adams, who's 16 years of age, gives his team 6. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-point game. Philly up right now, 1-1-7. Baltimore-Washington, 1 straight 6. And Adams, we've actually seen CJ before, a couple of years ago at Nationals, but we didn't see him as a player. We saw him actually as a goal umpire in a couple of the games there. I remember Brian was bringing him up, just mentioning him from time to time. But there he is. He's playing now, and he actually kicked the first goal for the Eagles. Just was able to get back. Basically, the goal square area was unattended, and he was able to just get it and get it right to the boot and kick it through. And now the ruck won by the Eagles as they continue to move ahead. And looks like we've got a stoppage and a possible free kick. And that free kick is actually going to John Loring. And Loring will get it to the boot now, and he'll send it out. And almost marked, but not quite. There's a battle for it on the ground now. Trying to go over once again. That's Robert Edwards for the Eagles. Heading for the boundary line once again. And the Hawks take it now. They try and center it. And just try and get something going here. Loose ball. Someone's trying, at this point, they're just trying to soccer it off the deck or kick or hit something. And a little kick there didn't quite go 15, so Ryan Cartwright takes it and kicks it out for the Eagles. And Baltimore-Washington on the move right now. A handball in traffic. Here we go. Kick out wide now, looking for Williams on the wing. And it's gotten Tracy Williams Jr., their number 60, and he's going to get it to the boot. And let's see. Oh, Adams going for it. However, it's just going to go out of bounds. Looks like. Actually, no, it's going to stay in. Looks like it might have gone out of bounds. Now it's going to go out of bounds. After a few bodies go down. Still a good result for the Eagles, obviously, though, as it's going to come in deep in their attacking territory. And once again, the Rucks line up. You're going to see Chris Bate. I mentioned him before. He's going to do the rucking duties today for Philadelphia. And they actually have a couple, and you see Bate right there, actually. They have a couple of ruckmen. Their usual ruckman, Alex Lydon, not able to make the trip today. So they have a couple of people filling in. And the kick along the wing, and it's loose, and it goes, actually, I'm sorry, it's marked. It's marked, and, oh, he tried to kick it ahead, but he kind of shanked it out the side of his boot, and it just rolls through. And right now, it's basically a pinball shot here as the Eagles try to get it. Oh, he's almost taken high. No free kick paid there. Play on, says the umpire. And once again, kick to the outer wing. And still going right now. You've got a lot of action there. Battle for it. And kick back in toward the Philadelphia end. And once again, they're cruising it near the boundary as we continue play here. And it's moving through. And it looks like it's going to go out. Indeed it does. We'll have another boundary throw in the shadow of the Philadelphia attacking goals. Tossed up once again. Hit out to advantage. Nice job there by Philly. Tries to make some space for himself there. Tried to get it to the boot, but he's pinged for holding the ball. Nice tackle by the Eagles, and they're going to bring it right back. Once again, they kick it right up the corner. Adams can't get there in time, so it's a race for it now. And, oh, a nice shepherd there. Nice shepherd there. I believe that was number 52. I believe that's Siren. I'm sorry, that's Dobzhansky, 57. Double check. Sometimes when you get older, the eyes go, and it's hard to see those jumper numbers sometimes. But anyway, Hawks have it now, and they punch it ahead. Looking for, and not quite getting their target as it's marked in defense by the Eagles. And they'll kick it back once again. Oh, they had the target, but then he was on the run. But he's still able to get back and get it. And they handball it off, and here come the Eagles once again. Right now, Eagles trailing by a point. 1-1-7 to 1 straight 6. And, oh, that was a nice job there, kicking it right out of the air. Didn't go 15 on the subsequent catch, though. This one does, though. They'll pay the mark. And he's just going to take it for a second, get some targets, and it's marked out on the, marked down in the corner. And he was taking a little bit there. I believe that was Danny Seo who had it there. Lucky he let go in time. Otherwise, the umpire could have paid 50. Soccer ahead right there off the ground now. They're just looking to do anything for it. A snap kick off the ground, and it looks to roll. It's right in front of the goals, but then loses steam. And Eagles looking to move once again. Here we go. And the kick into the center of the ground takes a hop, winds up in Baltimore-Washington hands. That's Andrew Manfredi, number 13. Kicked in now toward the sticks, and not marked. I thought it was going to be marked, but he wasn't able to hang on to the ball. And there's just a big rush for it there. Someone finally got a boot to it and just put it over. Not sure if that was a Philly foot or maybe it was a rush behind, but anyway, the result is another point for Philadelphia. So right now their score is 1 goal, 2 behinds, 8 points. And the Eagles still at 1 straight 6. And a nice mark after that kick out from Baltimore-Washington. And kicked out now and going. And it's going to take a weird bounce. A couple of weird bounces. And it continues to move through, though. With it there, that was number 29. That's Scott Bradford for the Eagles. Goes over, it goes back to Bradford now, almost back to Bradford. Actually, nice job there, just tipping up to his hand. The ball rolled. He just tapped it off the toe, just toe poked it right into his own hands. But then after that, he got wrapped up. So it'll be another toss-up here as the umpire calls for it. Hit out to advantage by Williams. And then the subsequent kick, that's out on the full. So Philly will get the free kick. Or will they? It looked like it might have gone out of the full, but once again from this angle, kind of hard to see the boundary lines at times. And let's see. Okay, they're going to toss it to an umpire, so I thought it was out on the full. Actually, it was out on the full because they're giving it to the Philly player now for the free kick. So it was out on the full against Baltimore-Washington, so Philly will take the free kick now. Just a little kick, trying to get it to somebody, anybody, and it's picked up now by Seau. Handballed out, and he juggled it, couldn't hang on to it, and the ball's going to go back over the boundary. So we will have another boundary throw in here. 8-6 right now in favor of Baltimore-Washington. I'm sorry, in favor of Philadelphia. Baltimore-Washington once again trailing. And once again, they're trying to, a nice little bit of a bicycle kick there, and almost marked. Philly takes it, though, and they're going to take a running bounce, and they're just going to try and move on the far end of the ground here. And bounces off one of the Eagles. Bounces actually in the hands of another Eagle, and he's wrapped up, but he's able to handball it off. Sold his teammate into trouble, though, as he was wrapped up just as he got the ball. And the Hawks now with it. Nice handball there. And here we go. Almost a nice handball. Well, it was a nice handball because it basically went ahead of the player. He just wasn't able to corral it. So Philly once again with a handball out, looking for John Loring. Winds up going to one of his teammates, and he kicks it forward now. Goes over everybody, though, and it'll skip, it'll roll, and it'll go out, and it'll be a boundary throw-in once again in the shadow of the Philadelphia goals. 8-6 right now. Hawks are in the lead. The Philadelphia Hawks leading Baltimore-Washington right now as they do another throw-in. Here we go. Tossed in, and the Rucks will go. Doesn't really hit anyone, though, and comes out. And looking for, almost getting his target there once again. That was actually Michael Gilbart, number 29. And here we go. Eagles on the march. They kick it up right now into their forward half. And who's going to get it? The Hawks will get it. Looked like they had a bit of a rush there, but then the Hawks came up with it. And the kick going out to the wings now, over to Pat Miller. Miller gets it to the boot, and he kicks it across. And a spoil by the Eagles. Nice spoil there by Cartwright. And Chris Bate really couldn't get a good handle on it. Just kept rolling forward, so as a result, it'll be another boundary throw-in here on the near boundary on the wing as it tossed back in right now. And punched out, and once again, after that contest, it just goes right back out. And it'll be tossed in once again. Late action in the first half of this one right now. Philadelphia up by 2 points as they hit it out right into Hawk hands. Kicked ahead, however, not really able to move with it there. And let's see, Loring has it now. He handballs it off to a teammate, and then here we go. Philly on the march once again, and the kick heading for the sticks. And let's see here, it'll take a quick bounce, and they'll try and move it back out and play, but you see all the outstretched arms there. Philadelphia saying, hey, out in the full, we want a free kick here. As Baltimore-Washington tried the escape play, and it just didn't fly. Well, actually, I should rephrase myself. It did fly, but not in the direction the player wanted that kick to go. So as a result, the kick will be a tough angle, though, from Baltimore-Washington. Coming out at a super tough angle. But he's just going to wrap it around, try a centering ball, and it's just going to fall to ground. And Bate gets it. Can't put a boot to it, though. And we've got a loose ball. And Seau tries to get it, too. And they just kick it toward the sticks. Punched over. And that's going to be punched. And it's going to actually stay in play. And Seau has it now. And he's going to kick it one scan toward the center of the ground. And here we go. Kick coming out now. And lead. However, it's taken away by the Hawks. And the ball's going to roll. And it's going to roll out of play once again. Trying to get it there was Ted Herron for the Hawks. Didn't quite happen. And we've got another boundary throw in as everyone gets back in position. Toss goes up again, and we've got a whistle. And I think they're gonna do a do-over. Kind of like back when you were doing football on the street or in the backyard. Oh, we've got a do-over. Car coming, or something like that. Anyway, coming out of the contest now. Eagles move it ahead. And the ball's still moving forward, but then Philadelphia gets it, kicks it back. And Bate tries to get it there. He's got it now. Gets it to the boot. Just puts it in the general area. Hopes one of his teammates gets to it. And here we go. Oh, he sidesteps, gets it to the... No, doesn't get it to the boot. Tried to get it, just couldn't kick it. And as a result, pinged for holding the ball. And the free kick going to Baltimore-Washington. Kick out toward the wing. And, oh, it actually was going out, but then took another weird bounce and came in. And Sayao, oh, his kick is smothered by Philadelphia, but Williams has it now. And Williams will just kick it ahead. Nice mark there, and they're going to play on. Here we go. Eagles on the march, moving in, and let's see there. It's going to be not marked, actually, and taking it there. The kick, it looks like it might go a little wide. No, it's not. That's a goal. So there we go. First time in the contest here, first time in the match. Baltimore-Washington taking the lead and doing so by kicking straight. Right now the score stands Baltimore-Washington 2 straight 12 and Philadelphia 1-2-6. So nice job by the Eagles there, just getting the ball. And one of the things is if it kind of looks like watching New York play sometimes, because if they get an opportunity, they can just move the ball up the field at such great speed, and before you know it, you're backing up, and the ball blew by you, and you don't know what happened. They try and move it out of the center contest once again, but it's kicked out, and I believe that's Loring once again, but they kick it ahead now, and that looks like, let's see, that's going to stay. No, that's out on the full. That looked really close, but the kick wound up going out on the full, which means Danny Sayao for the Baltimore-Washington Eagles will take the free kick. Danny Sayao, coming from Australia, actually spent some time with the Collingwood Magpies of the AFL. I'm sorry, that was Sayao here. Who was the other player down there? That looked like Sayao, but no, that's Sayao. That was the intended target. Anyway, number 3 you see there, that's Sayao, and he was the one who spent some time in the Collingwood organization. And once again, here we go. Tossed up for grabs. And it just goes past everybody. Nobody really trying for it. Loring gets it now, handballs it up. And he's wrapped up, but he's somehow able to get it to Loring. But he sold Loring into trouble as Loring was wrapped up right away. And then get pinged for holding the ball. Nice tackle there from number 2, Robert Strange, as the ball goes to center now. And trying to pick it up there. Eagles once again coming out, and Sayao's got it now. Sayao sidesteps a tackle, kicks it in, and it's marked. And he'll stop. He'll take the free kick right there. That's number 55. That's Nick Siska taking the free kick after that mark. Here we go. And it's just a low bit of a line drive kick. Bounces past a teammate and winds up in Philly hands, and they'll bring it right back out as they go to the far boundary now. Hawks on the move. He's tackled. Ball goes to ground. Eagles come back. Handball ahead. Handball back. Just trying to do something with it. He kicks, and that kick is going to go across the face of goal, it looks like. Indeed, it was a promising moment there for Baltimore-Washington, but that kick coming in went across the face of goal. Nobody could get to it. So it's going to be out. And that's halftime. The score stands right now. Baltimore-Washington, 2 goals, no behinds, 12 points. And Philadelphia, 1 goal, 2 behinds, 8 points. Coming up next, we'll have the conclusion of this match and much more action here on Stateside Footy.
Australian rules football? In the U.S.? That's right. The United States Australian Football League is in a city near you. Go to USAFL.com, find your team, check them out. We're a group full of men and women just like you. Join us for the fun athletic competition. Stay for the camaraderie.
We are the champions!
Log on and sign up to join your team at USAFL.com.
Second half action about to start here right now. The Philly Hawks trailing the Baltimore-Washington Eagles by a score of 12-8. So far the Hawks with more scoring shots, but the Eagles, they only have 2 scoring shots, but both of them were much straighter. So getting set to toss it up once again to begin the second half of this one. Brian Barish alongside Bill Robert here for Stateside Footy, and we're at the Eastern Regional Tournament put on by the USAFL. Brian can tell us a little bit about that as it goes on. As the ball goes up and the whistle goes off, and we're just about to rock and roll here. Ball goes up, and we are out once again, and tip to no clear advantage. However, Philly takes it. Handball goes off a hand, and it comes out to the wing there. Eagles have it now. They put it ahead. Sayao kicks it into Eagles attacking territory. Big collision there under the ball, but the Hawks come away with it. And that's a bit of a line drive. Looking for not getting his target as it was spoiled at the last minute. But the Hawks have it now. And they kick it in. It's a long kick, and let's see where it's going to roll. It looks like it's going to go and go right through for a minor. So that's the third minor score for the Philly Hawks, and now it's a 2 straight 12 for the Eagles and 1-3-9 for the Hawks. And the Eagles now taking the kick in from their own back goal square. Low kick, though, almost picked up by the Hawks there. Working on it there was Ray Casella.
Good shepherd.
Great shepherd. And the Hawks once again trying to move with it. Handball back. Goes to Loring now. We got a push in the back and a free kick. And the free kick is going to the Hawks.
Yeah, that's a good call right there on 56, which was Kit Drury on Christian Decker. So here comes Decker, who will go back. This will be about 40 meters out, a 45-degree angle. And the veteran from Victoria will strike this one pretty nice off the boot. But it's short on a nice mark
right in front
by Jonathan Ginsberg. He plays like Rewalt and looks like Barry Hall. So here is Rewalt from dead out in front. Oh no, or what are they going to say?
Oh, they say he pushed the other player out of the contest.
Oh wow. Well, that could have gone either way. I'm not going to dispute the umpire right there. It was right on the line, but that's actually a big break for the Eagles as Seau up on the far side. He's going to kick that one in short. It's going to go in on a couple of hops over the head of Chris Casey. Casey then gets knocked backwards, goes whoop, 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 and then picked up by Miller. Miller can't get to it. Whiting is in there, and it looks like some high contact in the contest.
And indeed, the kick is going to Philly. And right now, that footy out there, it's looking like a Mexican jumping bean and a hot potato had a baby.
A Mexican potato, which actually sounds really good right now. Nice mark by Greg Glasgow. So the Perthite Greg Glasgow will go back. He puts up a high ball, higher than my cat's in a catnip patch, as it's batted towards goal by Decker. Picked up off the ground in the last line of defense. It's still there on the ground. Knocked forward again. Casella's in there against Levake. He's pushed out of the way. Levake tries to get it through and then spun out of the way nicely. And then we have a whistle, and it's going to be looks like a throw-in right next to the behind post, Bill.
Yes, indeed it is. And once again, good result for the Hawks as they look to add to their score. Once again, they trail by 3 points right now, or 0.5 kicks if you're doing the statistical thing. And
get out your calculator.
Yeah. Nice toe poke ahead there by, I believe that was once again the new guy there.
Nice mark. And again, it's Decker. So Chris Decker has actually asserted himself pretty well as a key forward in the absence of Ryan McGettigan.
Nice mark in stereo there, Brian.
Yes. So here is Decker's kick. It is dead center.
Bingo.
Perfect. And the Hawks have hit the front. 2-3-15 Philadelphia, 2 straight 12 for Baltimore-Washington. And again, that's some good leads in there by Decker, the veteran. And that's really the key. And that's something that the Hawks had last week against New York, Bill, was they were getting those good leads in front, but they weren't converting on them. And against New York, it cost them. But here against the Eagles, they're making them pay.
Yeah, they're back in the lead now. Obviously, each team has 2 goals. The main difference right now, the 3 minors kicked by Philly, as once again it's hit out to advantage by the Eagles, and it goes over to Cartwright now. Cartwright trying to move with it, and loses the touch. I think Loring almost had it there. Race for it now. Tough footy there on the just about center part of the ground there.
Jay Levake trying to cut the ball behind his back. Looked like he was trying to carry his baby through the Alps there.
And the toss goes up, and everyone misses it. Winds up going to ground. And toe poked ahead by the Hawks. They're trying to move with it now. Goes back to ground, and that's going to roll out, and I believe we'll have another boundary throw-in.
Another key miss for the Hawks is Alex Lydon, who's not in, and they're actually using Chris Bate, who's on loan for New York, who's actually doing a pretty good job in the ruck, and he's pretty sizable. Here's a Whiting with a long kick. That's going to roll towards goal. Chasing after it are players from both teams, but it's going to go over for another behind. So a point for the Hawks as that extends the lead to 4. That's the difference. 2 goals, 4 for Philly, 16. Baltimore-Washington, 2 straight. That's the difference. That's 4 points on the scoreboard.
And the kick in once again from the back goal square by the Eagles. And almost marked there. Went off the hands of Keith Thornburg. Thornburg still battling for it. He's pushed. That was actually a push in the back. He got away with one there. And with it now, that's Drury looking for C.J. Adams. He's got him. Nice mark just before the boundary line. And C.J. gets it to the boot and puts a mighty wallop into it, and it goes over everyone. And the chase is still on. And it's going to wind up going out and out on the full. Whose foot did it go off of? That's the question.
It looks like it's going to be Philly free kick.
Mm-hmm. Looked like the Hawks were moving in. Not the Hawks, I'm sorry, the Eagles. Oh, they're all birds. But,
yeah.
Anyway.
almost over the top.
A specky there by Drury. And Sayal
without the
taken
ball.
Down.
Or no. Yeah, no, it was without the ball, it looks like.
Okay.
No, okay, so he pointed in the direction of the Hawks, it looks like, but it's going to be, I think
he was
holding the ball.
Just pointing at the mark.
Yep, so here's Sayal.
Yeah, because it was John Loring that gave up that free kick. And actually, it's not going to be Sayal. It's going to be number 41, who is Andrew Lynn. Oh,
no, Anton Issa.
Anton Issa, okay.
Got to get out the Barish English dictionary, Bill.
I guess so. Bounces over everyone's hands once again. And Hawks trying to move it, battle for it on the ground right now. And we got a whistle, and the umpire will say, my ball.
Hey, talked about this tournament. This is actually the second of the USAFL regional tournament series, Bill. We began 2 weeks ago in Indianapolis, Indiana with the Central Regionals. And July 16th, we'll be in Salem, Oregon for the Western Regionals.
Excellent. So the toss-up comes out, and nice clearance there by the Hawks, but then they can't chain the possessions forward, and it's a loose ball now in the far wing. And Eagles trying to move with it. Handball winds up in the hands of a Hawk. Here comes Philly. Loring's got it now. He gets it to the boot. Marked.
Nice mark by Ray Casella, the shortest guy on the field. So here's Casella in his third season.
Hey, height doesn't matter. Hands does.
Yes.
Remember Motlop in the 2011 Grand Final against two taller Magpies?
Exactly. There's a short one in. Two Hawks are there, and I think they might have canceled each other out.
They did.
It picked up and then handballed back, and then onward they go through the auspices of number 7, which is Ryan Kamoff. And now up that far side, the Hawks have it now on the ground. Williams is in there, and he plays Johnny Bench waiting for the ball to come out, but the umpire crosses his arms like the Monsignor and says, let's have a ball up. Brian Barish alongside Bill Robert. Great to have you here on Stateside Footy. The USAFL Eastern Regional Tournaments here as this Division II matchup between the Hawks of Philadelphia and the Baltimore-Washington Eagles. The Hawks up by 4 points. Play action up on that far side. Everyone's down. Well, there's a couple of mushroom farmers over there, and again, we'll have a ball up.
The only thing with play action is you have to sell the run first.
That's true.
Sorry, wrong code.
Wrong. Ball up in the air again, and again going up over the top there for the ruck. Drury. Drury is a high flyer today. He's climbing on ladders on people like they were step ladders. Ball goes to ground. CO is in there again, as is Whiting for Philadelphia. Picked up by Brad Gower. He'll go short. Loring couldn't find his feet. Now he gets the ball on a nice hop. He'll put the ball onto his right. Long kick up the far side, but going back to mark it again. One of the Eagles. He's going to play that one out into the center of the ground. Again, looking for Drury, but a whistle. And they're going to play on, it looks like, as Levake continues. He puts it on to his left, and it's going off to the side.
Yep.
First minor score for Baltimore-Washington. That takes them on to 2-1-13, lead back to 3 points. Philadelphia 2-4-16, Bill.
All right, once again, the Hawks will take the, actually I say once again, but this is the first time the Hawks have had to take the cake from their own back goal square today. As so far, both scoring shots from Baltimore-Washington have been straight and true, but now here comes the kick in, trying to set some folks up. And it goes along the far wing. And he's got it. He marks it. And he's going to play on. Handball off, and they're doing it. Here we go. They're moving it right through center. Nicely done. They've got a target set up in front, and, it goes to ground. Race for it now. It's picked up, and that's
Glasgow.
Glasgow kicks it almost all the way to Scotland. Coming back, though, is the Hawks as they rebound it right back into attack. And who's going to get there first? It bounces past everybody. That's the thing sometimes, there's some spots in the ground here at Tibbetts Brook, and as a result, sometimes that footy can take some unpredictable bounces. Kick now in from the boundary. Oh, boy. Intercept marked right in front there.
Good job by young Trey Thatcher for Philadelphia to have the confidence to throw it onto his left foot. It's a kick out up on that far side now. Thatcher in again, but a nice mark over the top, I believe, by Board Edwards. So Edwards up on that far side. He'll kick it up on that wing in the intense side of the ground. That's because there are people intense over there. And the ball rolls over and out of bounds for a boundary throw in on the wing position.
And once again, we'll bring the ball back into play here. Everyone's setting up. The Rucks get ready. But yeah, what you had already mentioned, but one of the things I was wondering, just obviously not seeing Lydon out there today, because he is one of the best rucks in the country. As it kicks in now, and we've got, it goes over everybody. But right now, Baltimore-Washington not quite having numbers, but they've got numbers near the ball. Player goes down, and now that's Glasgow again. He kicks it in, and that looks like it's going to be minor. Yes, indeed.
And it stayed to the left, just like Scotland wants to stay in the EU.
EU. 2-5-17 now for the Eagles, for the Hawks rather, 2-1-13.
I think we may need to make a Brexit from those jokes.
I think so. No, I already had Brexit this morning. Had some sausage. It was really good.
Yeah, it's the most important meal of the day.
Actually, does Brexit mean your breakfast comes back up?
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez.
We're ticking off a lot of English people right now. So
yes.
We should probably get back to the game. Even my wife is waving us off here. Kicked up ahead and marked. And, he was going to play on, but then he thought better of it.
I think it ended up being pushed in the back there on Issa.
And Thatcher now kicks it in. That's going to land out on the full.
Looking for Johnny Ginsberg.
And didn't quite get it there, so it's a free kick now for Baltimore-Washington. And he'll just get it to the boot, looking to set it. And he gets it right to Sayow juggles it, though. He can't hang on to it. He's able to handball it back, though, and here we go again. Sayow's got it now. He kicks it up. Oh, it almost looked like it was a little bit of a torp there, just the way the ball was flying. But that's a shepherd and a half. Holy moly. And the kick from the Eagles. Didn't see who got the boot to it.
It's Adams. C.J. Adams with his second.
Adams again. So 3-1-19, and once again, Baltimore-Washington hit the front. And that is Adams' second goal of the match.
C.J. Adams, the youngest player in the USAFL at the age of 16,
wow.
And is the son of Chris Adams, longtime member, actually started in Philadelphia before moving to D.C. Chris Adams is, I think, among the pioneers of the game. He's done coaching, he's played, he's done, he had US Footy News back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But C.J. coming up through the Washington Junior Saturday Morning Footy program, really its first recipient. So, back to a 2-point lead for Baltimore-Washington, and that one will go in deep, but going back to get it there is Siska. Siska looked like
move there.
Yeah, good job. Looked like a little bit of a Siska. Goes one hop in on bait. They converge. Williams is in there, had his legs taken out from under him. It's paddled on the ground, and then getting into a headlock there was McLean, and it will be a ball up.
And once again, that's going to be just about that half forward here if you're point of view of the Hawks. Goes up once again and tapped out, not really to advantage though, but it winds up going into the hands of Levesque. Levesque kicks it ahead now, and he's got Adams. Oh, it's actually going to go too far for Adams. Adams giving chase right now, but the Hawks will get there first, but they're not going to be able to field it cleanly. As a result, it's going to be out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw in. And I'll take it once again. A good result for Baltimore-Washington is just in the shadow of their goals as once again it's hit out. Oh, they tried to get an off angle, but it was smothered. Another kick in by Adams. That's rolling, and it's going to go right across the face of goal. And the Hawks will pick it up, and they'll rebound it into attack. Here they come on the far wing. And now they're going to kick it back in the center, look to go up the corridor, and it's marked right there by Jay Whiting. And Whiting will kick it ahead. They're continuing to go up the corridor, and almost marked there by Casella. And
off the ball,
and free kick actually is going to Casella.
Yeah, you can't tackle somebody off the ball. Casella doing a great job of going after it. He earns the free kick, looking for Miller, but it was in short. It bounces nicely to Brad Gower, who throws it onto the right foot. It's heading left, it's sailing left, and it is going out of bounds on the full. So it looked like one of my Aunt Marcy's cookies. It looked pretty good coming out of the oven and then crumbled into nothing in the end. And a free kick. And here they come in a hurry. Here's Kamuth. Long kick up the right side. Casey got his paw to it. Running onto it is Minot. And it looks like a push in the back, I think.
That almost looked more like a horse collar tackle.
Where's Terrell Owens? Retired.
Yeah.
Free kick to Nick Walk.
Retired, thinking he's still good enough to play.
Exactly. So here's Nick Walk. First game of the season for him, looking for Glasgow just over the top. He wished he was a little bit taller. Whacked forward with the left hand by Levesque, and then the ball goes to ground. It's picked up by Glasgow. He fumbled it. He jumbled it. Whiting is taken down. It's a crash boom opera in the middle of the park, and finally Cartwright throws it onto his right foot. It's out of the foot of Drury. Drury can't get it. Walk takes him down, picks it up, handballs it over to the far side, and then they look and they find Sale, who's immediately wrapped up by Pat Miller over and out for a boundary throw-in. A very skittish play there, very tepid play there for both teams.
As the saying goes, they sold him into trouble.
Yep.
So...
got a little less than 5 minutes to go here in the game. Baltimore-Washington still up 2, Bill.
And the kick heading towards center now, and still loose. Hawks get it right now. They need to do something here as they are trailing, and time is running out. Going on the far wing there, that's Manfredi. Can't quite get it, though. Handball goes up, and that's going to roll out. That'll be another boundary throw-in.
Hawks not really getting as many, they're getting not as many chances forward, it looks like, but they're packing it in when they need to defensively. They're just going to need to figure out how to get some sort of counterattack.
I think I just heard I heard another whistle.
No, they're going to redo the throw, it looks like, because it came straight up in the air.
Yes.
Call a tow truck over. Over.
Oh, all right, you. Roger, over. Over, under.
Over, under. We have clearance.
There you go. And the kick goes in. Nicely marked, lined up the target. And with it now, that's...
John Ginsberg.
Okay, he kicks it ahead and trying to mark it in traffic there. One of the Eagles, one of the Hawks rather. And once again, here we go. Up on the from the boundary, the kick goes in, and that's going to be a point again. So it gets closer. It's 1 point separating these clubs now, and the Eagles have to be really good with this kick in, because if it comes right back.
Nice mark by LeVake.
Yeah, as I say, even if the ball came right back, all they'd have to do is, even with just a behind, they could level the scores. But now the Eagles have it, and they're moving it forward. On the far wing right now, they've got it, and they're looking to kick ahead once again. And it goes up, and it looks like it's going to roll out. Question is, did it go over the boundary before or after it landed?
Looks like it's going to be a throw-in.
Okay, then it
Oh, no, they're giving it to Pat Miller, so it is a free kick. My apologies.
Okay. Kick out on the full, so.
And the Hawks need to definitely get back better defensively. That's been one of their, I think, he kicked it right in the man on the mark, which was Seo. Not one of Patty's better kicks.
No, too low and went right into the man on the mark, as you said. And as a result, it's going to be a boundary throw, and that's a terrific result for the Baltimore-Washington Eagles. And now let's see where it comes out of the ruck here. Seo's got it once again. And he's just going to run out, and we'll have another boundary throw-in. So, while we're waiting for play to restart again, what's your thought about the AFL trialing the last touch out of bounds?
I think it's stupid.
I hate it. Okay, good. We both agree on that.
We're in agreement.
Back to the game here. Hawks trying to move it up now, kick in toward the center, and it's going to bounce. And it looks like Loring's got it right now. Loring is going to handball it back. And spoiled away there by the Eagles. Nice job there in defense, as it looked like it was going to go to Glasgow. Loring's got it again now, though. Loring handballs to Glasgow. Glasgow can't handle it cleanly. I'm sorry, that's not Glasgow.
Whiting.
Whiting now kicks it ahead, and that's heading in toward the goals. Oh, intercept mark. That was really nice by LeVake.
Former Revo player, longtime veteran of this Baltimore-Washington team, and that is a captain's mark right there. Oh, nice spoil by Whiting as Whiting gets it, but it goes over and out. Right about a minute to go. And the Hawks, will this be their last roll of the dice, trailing by a point?
Well, if so, that play by Whiting will be huge if they're able to keep it in this side of the ground and get some kind of a score out of it.
Let's see what happens. Ball comes spinning back in the play. Bate finds Whiting. Whiting with the handball looking for McLean. Seo is through to spoil that Egg McMuffin, and then down it goes. He covers on top of it. He is immediately beset upon by Ginsberg, and we'll have another ball up. Time quickly becoming a factor, as the ball up will come with less than a minute to go, dead out in front. The Hawks need a win here, a hit out from Bate. As the ball goes back up into the air, over the top again goes Drury. It finds McLean, couldn't claim it cleanly, and then picked up and handballed, and I think that's going to be it as Board Edwards gives it off to LeVake, and LeVake's going to, the mustard came off the hot dog, but it's picked up almost by Miller. He can't control it cleanly. Just seconds to go now. Can they go? Oh, that's got to be high. No, he says play on. Handballed it over. He looks for Bate, couldn't find him. Picked up on the far side by Baltimore-Washington as they shake free to Strange. Strange with a long, high ball over to get it off the foot of Casey. It's going to hop around. Time running out here. Picked up. They got to go. No, that's it.
That's it.
Wow.
Full time.
A frantic last couple of seconds, but the Baltimore-Washington Eagles hang on by 1 point.
Well, the key was, too, there you had a player that just about had it, but I think he tried to spend it before he actually had control of it, which is why it fumbled, because otherwise he might have had a shot on goal there. But once again, I mean, you look at the final score line here. Philly, 2-6-18. Baltimore-Washington, 3-1-19. You're talking about Philly had twice as many scoring shots as Baltimore-Washington, yet they lose. And once again, as I jokingly call it, Bill's first rule of footy, kick too many behinds, get your behind kicked, because they had twice as many scoring shots, but they're on the losing end of this battle today.
Well, in the words of Dennis Cometti, they would be kicking themselves, but they would probably miss.
I was wondering if you were going to bring that one up.
Yeah, I was. But, you know, that's something that they got to work on. They just got to have better composure around the goals, and, you know, Johnny Loring's going to be talking about that, but a great job by Danny Sayles' crew. That's a team that really has improved. They were the 2008 Division I runners-up. They sank all the way down to Division IV last year for a number of reasons, but they have a strong team and a well-earned victory. It heads up to the Hawks. They have one more game against North Carolina. They both do against the Tigers, but if they play like they did today, those are going to be two good games.
And so that's the final here from the first game of the USAFL Eastern Regionals Tournament. The Baltimore-Washington Eagles, 3 goals, 1 behind, 19 points. And the Philly Hawks, 2 goals, 6 behind, 18 points. Coming up next, we've got more action for you
as the Boston Demons take on the New York Magpies. That's coming up when we come back. You're watching the USAFL on Stateside Footy.
We're back on this edition of Stateside Footy, episode number 1 of the 7th season of the show here. And we're getting set to show you one of our perennial rivalries here, and one you always see here on Stateside, and that is the New York Magpies taking on the Boston Demons, and they're all lining up right now, getting in position and getting set. In case you missed it, the first game, Baltimore-Washington eking past Philly. Final score 3-1 Baltimore-Washington, 19 points. Philly, 2 goals, 6 behind, 18 points. And just discussing something really quick at the center of the ground. Umpires getting in position now, and we're just about ready to go here. Just a reminder, you can check us out anytime you want. We're online at www.statesidefootytv.com. You can also check out past episodes on Vimeo, vimeo.com/statesideFooty. And up it goes. And get out to no clear advantage, though. And it looks like the Magpies will have it first. And they go to kick it ahead. And it's marked on the wing. Magpies on the move already. And hang on, we have a rather insistent umpire here. Kick goes in now, in toward the goals, and it's going to be marked just before. Nicely done by the Demons. And they'll kick it out now, looking for and getting Sam Stranks. Stranks kicks it out, and it's punched away there by one of the Magpies. He was looking for Matt Wood. Goes to ground now, going in there right now, trying to get it anyway. That's Jeremy Hum. And,
Off the ball, it's like.
Yep, indeed, off the ball, and it's going to be a free kick going to the Magpies in the shadow of their own goal.
That's Harry O'Sullivan, number 1, going back to take this one for the Magpies. This is their 4th consecutive week of footy. Their first at home as they defeated Baltimore, Washington, North Carolina, and Philly on the road in succession. O'Sullivan's kick is on the way. It is right between the big money sticks for a goal.
And that's a quick jump there for the Magpies. And they lead now by a score of 1-6. Boston yet to appear on the score sheet. Of course, the game just got underway, so that would be it.
Magpies are the currently ranked number 2 in the USAFL Top 20 poll, Bill. They were number 3 for the first couple of weeks of the season and moved up a spot thanks to their wins. Also, Orange County with some early season troubles. Boston is currently number 13th. They've moved up a couple of spots after their big road win against Quebec in the PJ Devine Cup a few months ago.
And kick back once again. Magpies looking to move it through center and winds up in Demon hands. Handball off. They tried to get it, but couldn't successfully do it. And let's see. Right now the Magpies appear to have numbers near the ball, and they're looking to move it into attack, and here we go again. Here come the Pies, and he gets it to the boot, looking to line up, and almost intercept mark there. Was spoiled there. Nice job by, I believe that was Devine, but then ball went to ground, and the Magpies are moving with it now, and they're just going to kick it in, looking, oh, yeah, it looks like a behind.
Yep.
So that'll be a minor, so that's 2 straight scoring shots for the home club.
We talked about in the last game, Bill, Philadelphia was a rebuilding club, as well as New York did last year. They were in transition with new coach Sean Holmesby taking over this year, but they've responded very well, and they've had some good American recruits, which is good to see from a team that's known for having a very good Australian base.
And, of course, one of the prerequisites for being the coach of the Magpies is your last name has to end with the letters SBY.
Yes, especially with Glenn Ormsby, previous coach as well. Here come the Magpies again as it was turned over on that far side. And then a long left-footed kick. That one will draw it back. Nice, Mark! Nice. 2 bites at the cherry, and he chomped the whole thing. And going back to take that is number 16 for New York. And the kick will come from about, let's call that about 40 meters. So he's going to walk up. Walks the line like Johnny Cash, right-footed kick. That's going to die in the square. It's going to hop over everybody and bounce out. It did find the field of play, however. Boundary throw-in, very advantageous for the New York Magpies, Bill.
Indeed, it's in their own left-forward pocket here, and they'll get set to move and try and score some more points here. Demons just looking to move it out and try and get something going themselves. And we've got another whistle, and holding the ball. So the Magpies get pinged. Demons free kick. And it goes into traffic. Matt Wood, hit right before he got the ball. So that was a spoil there. Kicked in toward the goals. Marked! Right in front there. Magpies could go up by another 6 here.
And that's actually Toby Carrington. It was Carrington who took that previous mark. So Carrington, one of the Aussies on this team, from straight out in front. A little Leo Messi chip shot. It is there for a goal. And the Magpies extend their lead. New York 2-1-13. Boston yet to score.
You could say the name Carrington is a dynasty in footy.
Yes, I get it.
Oh, that's good. How many people out there do?
I used to, well, you can blame my parents for that.
Oh, okay.
Because my parents were the ones that made me watch it. I was about 5, and that's about all I remember was the last name. I know, right? Mm-hmm. What an education, said Stacey Robert, for those of you who didn't hear.
Yeah, the Carringtons and the Colbys.
Yep.
And, geez, what is Linda Evans wearing this week?
Woo-hoo! Ball back into the middle. It's knocked out nicely again to Boston, and they almost had it for a moment. And going on to get it is one of the 2 number 18s out on the field for New York. He's held up in a rugby mall situation. Ball's on the ground. It pops along like a popping popcorn Mexican jumping being thing or other. And then the mark is taken nicely right there by number 8, which is Matty G. For Boston, that's Matt Garofalo up the right side. Ball goes to ground. He's tackled, and then it's handballed back by number 10. That's Aaron.
Aaron Tim Buren for the Demons.
Tim Buren, thank you.
Yep.
And up the left side, it's nice to have somebody from the home team
Matt
here.
Wood.
And it's up by Matt Wood. He definitely floated in the water on that one. So Wood, see if he can take a 2x4 to this one up that right side, and the ball will go straight out on the full right in front of the women getting ready for our next game, which will be the New York Magpies against the combined side. They're wearing the jumpers of the Columbus Jillaroos, but we have players from Boston, Baltimore-Washington, Columbus, and Montreal getting set to take on a very improved New York Magpies lady side there, Bill.
The Gilla-Deagle Angels.
Yes. You can say that, what is it, say that 5 times fast with the mouth of mashed potatoes?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
And the boundary throw-in on the far wing right now as the ball did go out of bounds while we were too busy screwing around here. And it's hit out and almost right in the Demon hands, but Magpies have it once again. Bit of a tackle there, and kick got ski jumped a little bit, winds up rolling out of bounds. We'll have another boundary throw-in not too far from the previous throw-in.
Mike Murphy, who kicked probably one of the best goals I've ever seen to nail the win last year in the 49th Parallel Cup for the U.S. Revolution against Canada. And a man who's been around this club a long time and probably one of the hardest working players off the field of anybody in the USAFL.
Would you say that kick had a bit of magic to it?
A little bit. it may have even had a little bit of Murph to it.
There you go.
Speaking of the man, he handballs it back there to number 21, which is Mick Coucher, and Coucher's kick is intercepted. Up on the near side, they're going to play that into the middle. It's going to turn out to be a contest, and turning around and taking the mark was Brad Davis. Davis is going to look in short, uncontested in the goal square, and it's marked again.
He plays on.
He's going to play on, shake and bake to the inside. Oh, it got spoiled by the right foot of the right hand of the one Demon player. They handball it back, though. Still danger as they kick that one in front. It rolls, almost marked down low. They go to the ground. Jonik is in there to dive after it. Boston is able to get it as it squirts free, and then kick that one up high in the air, but it's marked all alone, uncontested by Luke Schoen, and he'll have a chance from dead in front.
Probably a little far out, though. He's probably going to look to connect with somebody in front. Magpies putting some numbers down by the goals, as are the Demons. Although that's pretty long. Although that's going to be off to the side. So it'll be 2-2-14 now for the Magpies. And the Demons so far really not just haven't hit the scoreboard yet, but really haven't had any type of sustained anything in their half of the ground.
Well, the Magpies are getting free, Bill, and that's something that they're known for. They're very slippery. It's like 18 eels out there on the field, but that's just a lot of their veteran knowledge and what the Australians on the team are imparting to the rest of this club. Ball up on that far side as we have a throw-in. Speaking of Chris Adams, whose son kicked 2 goals in that game earlier for Baltimore-Washington, he throws the ball back in the play, soccered on by Boston, and then soccered back, and all of a sudden I'm watching the Revolution play NYCFC. Handball, yep, handball up over the top, and there's a kick, long one in there by Spataro, and the mark is taken nicely out on the wing. And he's going to play on, does Andrew Davis. He'll go in short. Just got his foot to the right to try and clear it out. Does Boston up over the top. And here is, Jonik, as he got it over to Wood. Wood with a kick into traffic there. Ball goes to ground. Nice shepherd off the ball. And then just getting to it and then getting tackled on the ground. But it's going to end up being a ball up right in the middle of Tibbetts Brook Park.
Getting tackled there was Jesse Galdston for the Demons, and it goes up once again and hit out to try and get it to advantage. Mike Shepard had a Magpie wrapped up in the tackle, and there we go, holding the ball. Free kick Demons. It's going to be taken by number 5, Mike Shepard. Mike Shepard, of course, the Eastern VP of the USAFL. He's just going to handball it to Jeremy Hum, who unloads a big, long kick. Can they get it into scoring position? They can't, as the Magpies spoil it. Toe poked ahead by Aaron Ten Buren. Really smart play. Does a nice job, too, shepherding actually one of the players off the play there. I believe that might have been Davis. And Magpies take it out of trouble, though. And once again, they kick it across the face of goal. It's marked, and they're back out right now along the far wing. Coming out now, and still on the far wing. Matt Garofalo tries a little bit of a handball. Winds up almost in Magpie hands. Really hard footy out there right now. Everything goes to ground, and once again, the umpire's going to call for it.
Ball up on that wing position. Again, the score 14-0 New York. Boston really, I think that's their first serious sortie inside the New York defending 50.
Nice hit out there.
Yeah, great job, but all that comes to a kick forward by New York, and Devine couldn't get it, and he's going to get pinged for tackling his man off the ball, and it's called... Actually, no. He's going to get the free kick, does Devine. He was the one tackled. Called rightly there by Jeff Person, who is the head of referees for the USAFL, head of umpires. He looks for Hum. Hum's going to sing a song to the near side, just over the top. It was a little off tune. And then it's picked up by Wood. Wood will turn around, kick it out to the right side, and almost a mark taken there by 45, who is Owen.
I have no idea who.
Wearing sunglasses. And a little handball action over to number 33, which is James Johnston. He's smothered. He's covered like some hash browns. And it's black and white jerseys as Lahane gave it off to O'Sullivan, who handballs it on to 38, who goes down deep. It bounces around, and it comes to Wood with a fortuitous bounce. Hum to Jonik. Jonik throws it on to the left. It's a line drive, but right at the man number 38, unlisted for New York. And he's going to kick that one straight into the middle.
Well, that way you can't call him during a game.
Nope. Brenton Hocking with it. Hocking throws it on to the right as he shimmies through. Nice job to get it on. There's the kick. It's coming back. Is it going to curl around? Yes, sir. By Marcus Janke with the orange boots flashing in the sun. And New York adds to their lead 3-2-20. Boston yet to score.
We were joking before about Carrington and Dynasty, but you mentioned a player named Hocking. Now that is a footy name.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's straight out of a poetic scrapbook for Australian football players.
Well, yeah, especially, obviously, I'm a Cats fan. You had Buddha Hocking there.
Yes.
So
he is to Australian football what Zarli Zalapski was to the NHL.
No, actually, this is something I wanted to talk about today. Some of the great names in the AFL, names of the real character, like Steele Sidebottom and Mitch Honey.
A few in the USAFL. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Out of bounds on the full.
Ball out onto Teresa Avenue over on the far side of the field. Brian Barish alongside Bill Robert. Great to have you along as well here on Stateside Footy, the 2016 USAFL Regional Tournament. We have two divisions here, Division 1, Division 2. This is the first game of Division 1. The Boston Demons, the New York Magpies, and we'll see the Columbus Jackaroos a little bit later on. The Jacks played 2 weeks ago in the division in the Central Regionals.
And the kick goes in and marked in defense. Nice job there. Stretch. Thanks, guys.
Well, he definitely did that on that ball.
Yes, he did.
That's the only way he was going to catch that.
And he touches it to ground now and it's kicked ahead, looking for a target. They've got numbers there, and he's got it. Nice mark. Nicely done. Can't get a jersey number. He looks to be one of the newer faces on the Demons, which is why I don't recognize him off the bat there. I think it was 43, it looked like, or is it 45? That might
42 maybe?
No, 43, Michael Matera. Another footy name. Kicked ahead by the Demons and marked.
Nice!
That's beautiful. That's a gorgeous mark.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, and he came up a little bit. He came up touching his face on that one. I think he caught one for his troubles.
34. That's Chris Wright for the Demons. Demons right now, great shot at their first scoring shot of the day.
And roughly about 6.5 minutes, give or take, here unofficially, of course.
Let's see if he can kick it the right way here.
Or the Hemingway, as the case may be. We'll see her a little bit later, too.
Yes, we will. And kick goes in, and that's beautiful.
Yep.
Demons get their first major.
They needed that.
They did, badly. Kind of stops the rod a little bit there as New York was on a little bit of a run. So Chris Wright with the first goal for the Boston Demons, and they are on the board, and right now the score stands. The New York Magpies, 3 goals, 2 behinds, 20 points, and the Boston Demons, 1 straight 6.
Boston has picked up 2 big road victories in the last 2 years, Bill. Of course, they beat Chicago pretty handily on the road. And, of course, we mentioned earlier the big win at Montreal, winning by 13 points up there in Montreal. So this is a team that's capable, and they have a little bit of momentum. Unfortunately, out of the ruck, it's going to be New York that pushes it forward, getting by Davis as he takes his man off the ball. Handballs into the middle. Carrington, or check that, that's 80, who's Twopenny. Wow, Angus Twopenny, and getting it away. I had to double-check the name. Kicked out in front for a goal. And you can see the dejection on the Boston players. That was absolutely deflating as New York answers back. That takes them to 4-2-26. The lead is 20 points. Boston, 1 straight 6.
And they'll bring it back up to center once again and tip it off.
I had to do a double-check. Angus Twopenny. That's another good name.
That's a really good one, yeah.
Go ahead, mate.
Yeah, no, actually... was just actually I don't know what my train of thought just derailed. But
well, they do say I am a stick in a bad place sometimes.
Well, there you go. Ouch. And it gets tossed up for grabs once again and hit out by the Demons. And Hum trying to work it out. Not quite, and it looks like the Magpies will get the clearance as they kick it up once again. Looking for a teammate, but they found Ari Jonik instead, who takes the intercept mark, and he gets it to the boot, kicks it out here on the wing, and Jeremy Hum has it. Nice mark. Hum with some sure hands there, and he's going to kick it, looking for, unfortunately, all Magpies.
4 black and white jumpers there.
Yep, kicks it into a pot of Magpies. Comes back now, and nice spoil. It'll come out along the boundary. It'll be a boundary throw-in. But mentioning Jeremy Hum last year during the game against the Philadelphia Hawks, he and Rusty Smith both took nice speckies, actually climbing up the back. John Loring was the stepladder for both of those marks.
Yeah, that's one that that's not exactly the highlight of Johnny Loring's 17-year USAFL career.
Yeah.
But
and we played the heck out of that clip last year, so sorry, John.
Yeah. Johnny's helped out the league in other ways, so it's okay.
High tackle there as trying to come away with it there was the unlisted 28, and kicked now. They're going to the far wing, looking for and not getting anyone as the ball goes over both players. Demons get it now, and that's Mike Shepard with it. Mike Shepard trying to kick it back in, looking for a target. Just goes past his intended guy, goes past Joe Connor, and as a result, the Magpies will kick it back now. And almost marked it overhead there. That was Dave Young, and the ball is loose. His opposite 22, Matt Wood, is there. He gets wrapped up. He's able to handball it off, and Connor has it now. His handball right into the hands of Lehane. Dan Lehane back from down under, and he kicks it in, and ball is loose. Kick toward the sticks.
Janky.
And that looks like that's going to be going through.
Yes. Marcus Janky, who last year was the best on ground for New York in the Eastern Regionals down in Florida. And the man with the bright boots has kicked his second of the game.
And the score stands right now, New York 5-2-32. And Boston just the lone goal so far, 1 straight 6.
So this is what New York does against teams, especially, Boston has improved, but New York is clearly on another plane, and this is what they do. They hit you on the counterattack, and they just find ways to get open and get their man. And if Janky is really a goal sneak from just about anywhere. He can bend it, he can torque it any way he wants, but so the ball is back up in the air with about 2.5 minutes to go, a whistle and an infraction in the goal square. And it's going to, out of the end of that, it's going to be a free kick to David Schultz. Schultz says, "I know nothing," and kicks the ball in short. And the mark is taken nice defensively, looks like, by Shepard.
Wow, that was a Banner reference.
Yes, it was.
A John Banner reference.
Yes,
for all
it
you
was.
Folks out there. Kicked ahead now by the Demons, looking for and getting. Oh, that was nice. Who was that? I believe that was number 6 there. It was Sam Stranks. Kicked ahead now, looking for the red and the blue, but they get the black and the white instead. And they're coming out with it. And once again, that's actually, we're not sure who it's going to be because we have 3 17s out there.
Take your pick. Well, it isn't Lehane, and it's probably Nico Alcade. So Jimmy Pulak is bald.
So,
Dan Lehane is Dan Lehane.
Yep. So basically, they've got 3 players right now whose jumpers are number 17. So we might have to go up to the coach at halftime and say, "Please, Mr. Please, don't play 3 17s."
Bill, never change. And the ball goes out.
No.
Ball is taken down, and it's going to be a free kick, it looks like. Yeah, went out on the full. So a free kick, and over there to take it is Rob Chaproot. I can't read Dennis Ryan's handwriting. Chaproot. We'll go with that until something is fair. Meanwhile, the ball is over there, and as P.J. Devine looks on, it's going to be a free kick to Boston, and they're going to need something here in the dying stages of this second half. So as they clear up on the far side, looks like they made a connection. Somewhere over there, yeah.
And they're moving the ball up here.
Looks like it might have been a 50.
Yeah, someone just paid a 50. So Demons getting
they're gonna have to hurry because there's not much time left in this first half.
Hum kicks it ahead now, looking for a red and a blue target once again. And once again, he finds a black and a white target instead as the Magpies do the intercept mark. Coming out to the wing, goes off one hand, trying to give chase. He's got it now, but then gets wrapped up. Oh, Matt Wood took him down. Did he just get it off in time?
No.
The whistle blew, and Matt Wood gets the free kick.
Matty Wood's definitely the best player for the Demons in this game so far.
And Woody kicks it up, and another
50.
I think Spataro may be hit for some back chat.
Yeah, and I think he was saying that he was over. And one thing about Jeff Person, as we mentioned, he's the head of the umpires for the USAFL Umpiring Association. He does not accept that, and he is very, very sticklerish on those. So the whistle's blown. This is going to come after the siren.
And Wood belts it. That's coming back. It might be.
No.
Oh, just on the line. It's a goal.
Oh, it was
there. It went over the line. They marked it. It's a goal. They awarded it.
Wow, that was very close. And the goal umpire was Johnny on the spot.
Matt Wood.
I believe that's Bruce Rogers.
With a kick.
No.
Bruce is wearing an orange sleeve. And right now, Jeff Pearson talking to Spataro about that call there. But that last set of possessions there, a couple of 50s going to the Boston Demons, helped him out there. And after the siren, the kick from Matt Wood, just getting over the line before it was touched, and it results in another major score for the Demons. And there we are at halftime with the score. The New York Magpies, 5 goals, 2 behinds, 32 points. And the Boston Demons, 2 goals, straight, 12 points. We'll be back with second half action next. You're watching the USAFL's Eastern Regional Tournament. You're watching it right here on Stateside Footy.
Australian Rules Football? In the U.S.? That's right. The United States Australian Football League is in a city near you. Go to USAFL.com, find your team, check them out. We're a group full of men and women just like you. Join us for the fun athletic competition. Stay for the camaraderie.
We are the champions!
Log on and sign up to join your team at USAFL.com.
Second half about to start here. We've got the Boston Demons and the New York Magpies, and right now the home club is off to a sizable lead, a 20-point lead. Score right now, the Magpies 5-2-32, and the Demons 2 straight kicks 12. And once again, so far, Magpies, as they have been doing, have been pretty dominant. You mentioned, Brian, that they're the second team right now as far as the USAFL rankings. Who are they second to?
The Austin Crows, who are 10-0 this season, including a 4-0 start, a 3-0 performance rather at the 2016 Central Regionals in Indianapolis. And I'll tell you what, Bill, there's some good teams in the USAFL. I don't know if anyone can beat them.
Up he goes once again, and out of the ruck, winds up going to the Pies. And that's a big spinning kick ahead, and almost winds up in P.J. Devine's hands. He's able to get it now and handballs it off, and then trying to get it there and getting tackled with it. That's Courts. No idea who Courts is, but I guess you'd say the ball's been through the courts. Kind of like Tom Brady.
Oh, boy.
But anyway, as it comes out through here.
Yeah, the only difference is that ball has air.
Yes, hey, the other ball had air too.
Homer. Anyway.
Dope! And the ball gets tossed back in and held right back up, so the umpire will call for it once again.
That joke went through quite an odyssey.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. Jeff Person will throw the ball back up in the play. And yeah, go ahead.
Hit out to advantage by the Demons. Hopefully, yep, he's got it now. And they kick it ahead, but once again into Magpie hands. Seems anytime the Demons have a long kick, it winds up in Magpie hands. They're taking a bunch of intercept marks today. And they kick it back now and going for the intercept mark there. Not quite getting it once again as Courts. And here we go. Big kick from the Demons along the wing and almost intercepted. Taken there by Rob Chaproot once again for the Magpies. Intercept mark, nice job there. That's number 27, that's Rory, so I believe that might be Rory Smith, who kicks it over. And it winds up in the hands of Matt Wood.
Matty Wood might come down with a case of leather poisoning. That's probably about his 15th touch.
And that's Matt to Matt as Matt Garofalo has it now after that kick from Matt Wood. Matty G with it now, and he'll put it to the boot and try and get it in. And once again, the Magpies take the intercept mark, and they'll just move it into attack as they handball it ahead. And here we go once again. Magpies on the march. Handball over. Here we go. Handball back. He's on the boundary, and he runs out.
Over the boundary.
He runs over the boundary, well over the boundary.
That was a great run.
It was a great run, but then I saw him going. I'm like, where's he going? And sure enough, he went over the boundary. I mean, if you think about it, it's still a good result for the Magpies because it's still a throw-in and they're just about at their forward pocket. But once again, he had some space to go and just went a little wide of the line there.
While we're speaking about rules, what do you think of the deliberate rule?
I don't.
Okay. I think that's a good way. I'm glad we don't have it here in the USAFL. Spataro will paddle it on forward, or try to anyway, and then a one-on-one contest there, getting around with it and throwing over, and no, he's going to be claimed as getting the ball was Nick Walker, but in fact he was tackler or faller or something.
And that was Dave Morton with it now. He kicks and connects with his target, and the Demons now taking it out on the ground. Oof. Spoiled there and knocked out of bounds. And we'll have another boundary throw in on the far wing. Early second half action here between New York and Boston. Right now the Magpies up 32-12 as the throw in comes in. And once again, the Rucks get to work and it's bounced out. No real clear advantage, although the Demons seem to come away with the clearance now as they kick it into territory. And, almost marked there. But once again, the Magpies able to turn it around almost. And we've got a free kick.
Yeah, tackling without the ball there, and it was James Pulak who was taken down, the grizzled veteran fullback for the Magpies.
And he kicks it off, and it's another mark now, and they bring it through. And they're just going to do it slow and deliberate and chain some possessions together. He gets it to the boot now, and that's
good
mark too. Nice mark there. That's number 84. That's Andrew Davis. And he kicks it ahead now, and they can't quite connect. It's punched ahead and goes toward the boundary. Kept in by Jonik. He's able to kick it along the line, and it's marked there. Nicely done. And that's Michael Matera. And Matera will kick it now. Shanked a little bit. Takes a hop. Winds up back in Magpie hands there as it goes to David Schultz. But then We got a free kick going to the Demons. He's giving him, oh.
No, he wasn't. It was close, but he didn't give him a 50.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, but bit of a shepherd there.
Davis.
Yep. And handball to head goes off of center hands, and the Demons have it momentarily. Tried to get it into the hands of Sam Strikes, but just couldn't do it. Now it goes out wide, and the Magpies have it again, and they'll move it. Kick to head now, and marked.
In the back.
Well, I think he had control of it anyway, so either in mark or in the back, and winds up going there to Davis. And now with it, Jeremy Hum. Hum runs around a couple of players, handballs it out, and here we go. Big kick up into the Demons' half of the ground. A little too high, though, but looked like Aaron Ten Buren there trying to get at it. He was able to grab it, but then he was tackled himself. No prior opportunity, though, so as a result, they'll just ball it up once again. And it comes out and punched ahead, but it looks like it's going to wind up in Magpie hands, and we have multiple 17s out there again. So apparently my Olivia Newton-John reference went for naught.
Yep.
Matera's got it now. Matera, handball right into Magpie hands, gets smothered, and then, oh boy.
Ooh.
That was close. Hum has it now, and that's a bit of a hummer, but that's going to go well wide, and that looks like it's going to be out on the full. Or is it?
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah, out on the full.
Yeah, Magic Murphy there was bent backwards, and I don't think there was anything in it as he and Jeremy Hum came over and just shared a little high vibe. But that's a rough tackle, and that was he was not in it. He was in a pretty awkward position. Actually, it looks like it's gone through for a behind as they signal the flag.
Oh, okay.
So it was pretty close, but that's Boston. They score the first point of the game. That takes them to 2-1-13. New York 5-2-32.
Well, first point of the second half.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Well, you know.
I wish it were the first point of the ball game.
First point either.
Nice mark there. Jeremy Hum once again. And he'll get it to the boot there. Just hum it along and spoiled. A nice job there by Paul Garino. And Demons still with it right now, trying to move it ahead. And loose ball along the ground. And Magpie ball now. A lot of action down near the far boundary, and it looks like it'll go out. We'll have a boundary throw in. Second half action. You're watching the Eastern Regional Tournament from the USAFL right here on Stateside Footy. And right now at the second half, we are standing at a 32-13 score between the New York Magpies and the Boston Demons as the ball comes back into play and goes back out into play. I'd like to remind you at this time that if you'd like to check us out online, we are on Vimeo. It's Stateside Footy. It's vimeo.com/StatesideFootyTV. And tap back in once again. Ooh. He is hauled down after he let go of the ball. I believe that was Stranks. Kick going in, and it's going to be a good result for the Demons, as it'll be out. It'll be a boundary throw-in, but it'll be a boundary throw-in in the Demons' left forward pocket. So if they can just get it to somebody and get it to a quick boot, maybe they can continue to cut into this Magpie lead. And we've got another whistle.
And it's a free kick to
the Demons.
To the Demons. That's a huge call. I didn't see what it was initially, but
might have been a ruck infringement. Jesse Galdston will have the ball here.
It's a big kick.
It is a big kick
because they need to claw themselves into it.
And that's just before the line.
Over the back. It's a goal.
There we go. Wow, that's very Pat Foley.
Woo!
He scores.
Yeah. Wow. So that is the close. I know. Here I am going through. Hello, Mrs. Brady. So cold to the Demons.
I say I'm Mr. Bill. I'm the one who's supposed to have the high-pitched voice here.
Oh no! 3-1-19 for Boston. It's back to a 13. It's back to a 13 point. That is the closest thing you'll see to a bicycle kick in Aussie Rules football.
Not a popular show, but a funny show.
Oh my gosh. Back in the middle we go, and New York is going to try and answer. They did the last time. That's a long kick, but it's called an advantage. Yeah. And he's pointing, I think, to where the ball's going to go. Yeah, it's going to be a free kick. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a free kick. Yeah, so it looks like it was an infringement downfield. Jeff Person right on the spot blowing for it. And so the kick will come from Toby Carrington,
who's already got a goal today.
And he's going to look for number 2. So here is Carrington, one of the many Aussies on this team.
Centering ball or check side kick?
I think it's a banana. The kick is on the way. It is
that was
dead
beautiful.
center perfect.
That was beautiful.
Arguably the goal of the day, and New York once again has an answer for a Boston goal as they double the lead. New York 6-2-38, Boston 3-1-19.
And that was the thing, sometimes when you go from that part of the ground, it's just a question of, check side or centering ball. So that's, but beautiful. Just hit that one right and bent it right through. That was a beautiful kick.
Toby thought he channeled Kim Hemingway on that.
New York. In fact, it was the same ground but opposite side.
Yeah.
Last year when they played.
Well, no, she had a free kick from over here.
Right,
yeah, right in that same pocket.
Yeah, but she had a great kick also from the opposite side against San Francisco. And the ball at center still. And Strikes has it now. He's able to kick it out, and it's going to take a high bounce. And big collision there. Demons have it. And handball ahead. He's just going to try and get it to the boot. That's Ten Buren. It goes wide, though, and being shepherded off the ball there is Galdston. Galdston, who kicked the last goal, and we've got a whistle.
Free kick.
Free kick, Boston.
Well, here we go again.
But the other thing is, obviously, they started running away with the ball and getting it, so what point does that become? And that's one of those things, too, where you see this in the AFL, too, depending on the umpire. Some umpires have itchy trigger fingers when it comes to 50s.
But either way, it is Jesse Galdston. Mm-hmm. And this is, again, a very important kick. Still about halfway to go. But Galdston's kick, it is not a good one. It's off to the left. But it's marked in front. And he's going to turn around.
And kick it right through.
Yep. Just picking it up here. But in any event, that's another goal to the Demons.
I didn't see the number, but I think, let's see, 46, I believe, was who kicked that. Would you
Stretch.
Okay.
Well, that's what Boston is trying to do, is stretch themselves back into this game. The margin's back to 13 points. New York 6-2-38. Demons 4-1-25. The Demons, they've really sort of thrown into another gear here in the second half, which is very important against a team like New York. But the question is will they be able to come back with the time remaining?
That's the thing, because they still need 3 unanswered straight kicks to win this thing. So it comes back now to center. And just a reminder that we'll be here all day bringing you a whole bunch of games. Obviously, this is the last game in this episode of Stateside Footy, but we'll be back. And next time up, there's going to be a massive women's game between the New York Magpies and an assembled team of basically 4 women's footy clubs, which we'll get into in a little bit. Magpies get it back, and they're looking, once again, anytime the Demons score, it seems the Magpies get it right back. But that was marked by the Demons. Kicked over and out on the full. Free kick, Magpies.
That's you can't be making mistakes like that against the Magpies when you're down. But here they come back the other direction, as that's a high ball.
Mark!
Oh, Mark!
Jeremy Hum, another Specky. He did one last year on Loring, and he did one right there too.
Mark of the day out to the near side. He
and
finds
handball to Jonik. Might have sold him into trouble a little bit there, as Jonik had to get rid of it in a hurry. And loose ball down. He's handballed it off. Now Davis has it. Kicks it over, and it's just going to bounce, and it looks like Stranks might get there first, but then he's harassed by a couple of Magpies, and they'll get it out. And here we go. They're on the move once again. With it now is Luke Sheen. He kicks it in toward the sticks, and just trying to get it there is Dave Morton. Morton's got it now after a valiant effort to try and dive and stop that one from going through. And, pushing the back. So Sam Stranks will get the free kick, and looks like they're not paying advantage.
Yeah, no.
No advantage.
That's how he always talks. Now they're looking at it, and
now they're asking.
They're asking us.
Hey, Mike, we haven't installed replay yet.
They haven't built a booth here yet. Oh, that's great.
All the way back to Sam Stranks. As they didn't call advantage.
And Seb DeMauro, who's from Montreal, who's down here photographing, he said he got it. I'll tell you what, that was pretty close. I don't think you can call pushing the back on your own person.
Yeah, or for that matter, call it 50 for not getting in the ball in time.
Oh, insane scenes here at Tibbetts Brook Park as it comes over to Davis.
Davis with a kick, just a little bit of a grubber there. Dave Morton, nice job there standing up to that shepherd. And he's just going to see the ball over the line, it looks like.
Nope, it's still in.
And now it's out.
Right in front of the behind post.
Yeah, so obviously still a good result for the Magpies as they get the throw in really close, just in the shadow of their attacking goals.
That's funny.
That's very funny.
Oh, my gosh.
And let's see. Bounces off a bunch of players. And Demons looking to work it out of trouble now. They turn it into attack. with it now. That's Galdston. And ball off, and here come the D's. That's a nice kick. That'll come right through center. And it bounces and winds up being taken by the Magpies, who just kick it right back into their attacking territory. And it's marked there by the anonymous 28.
A lot of Jeremy Howe impersonations here.
Yes. Well, Jeremy Howe, Jeremy Hum, there you go.
Kick on the way.
It's
there.
That's a goal. That's a huge goal.
And I think that just about wraps it up for the Magpies.
Well, once again, we're going to go across sports here. We're going to channel Mike Lang for a second. Ladies and gentlemen,
Elvis has left the building.
Yes. Nice stereo on that.
And somewhere over there is Stephanie McKittrick warming up for the Columbus Jillaroos, who is a huge Penguins fan.
And they just won the Stanley Cup.
Don't remind me about that.
Yeah, me neither.
7-2-44 New York, 4-1-25 for Boston. About 5 minutes to go.
But then again, Bruins won a few years ago, and with the day they had the parade, I got to interview Brett Kirk.
Yes, you did.
Oh, we got a whistle.
Square infraction.
And that's going to be a free kick going to the Demons there. 5
players in the goal square, and so you have that in the center square, and you can only have 4 players. If anyone, even if their toe is in there, then it's an infraction, and it'll be a free kick to Boston.
Time to call a tow truck and get them out.
Over.
Kick goes in toward the forward 50 for the Demons, and it goes off of a sea of hands and then comes back out, it looks like. Magpies still trying to work it. A bunch of bodies going to ground, and someone gets slung down, and it's a free kick to the Demons, and they didn't pay advantage.
No.
Nope.
Now, Jeff Person has been pretty vigilant about that. So, free kick from straight out in front for Boston. And again, they're getting these chances, Bill. Boston has not played a bad game. They've played a very good game. Actually, I'm sorry, it's a free kick. No, it is a free kick.
It's a free kick, yeah.
And it's 34, it looks like.
Yeah, 34. Chris Wright, yep. Who's already got a goal.
Yep. Yeah, they're playing fantastically. So, here comes Wright. The kick is not the best. It's going not right,
but it's still a scoring shot.
But left,
yeah.
And it's through for their second behind of this game. That's 4-2-26.
Actually, no, you're right.
Yep.
You're right. Yep, second.
That's why there's 2 of us.
Yes.
484-26 is the score.
Yeah, because I've been known to gag that up before.
Yeah.
I've actually had to re-record play-by-play tracks because I totally polished up the score.
Yeah, Boston's playing well. I think and they can't be upset at this performance, even though New York's probably gonna see it out here.
Yeah.
But it's rare that many teams get this much territorial possession on the Magpies, and I think that's got to be a good in the good tick box.
And I think let's see here.
Ball in.
Once again, yep, ball boundary throw in here. Tossed back in. Time running out. Demons need some points, and they need them fast. That's way out on the full.
Heads.
I'm like heads up.
Yeah.
Because it was coming right for our replacement here. Which would be kind of an interesting. And the kick goes in, and it's coming out, and Stacy, duck! She's shaking her head. I can't believe I married this hamster.
And she said, no, that's not a duck. That's.
We need to put a mic on her.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Actually, she's like the TV star now.
Oh, my goodness. She's the brains of this operation. Janky the mark goes out to the far side. It's going to go over, hop, and taken by Andrew Manfredi, who was playing for the Hawks in the first game, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be a boundary throw in that pocket. Again, the score is 44-26. The lead is 18 points to the Magpies. Both of these teams you'll see later today playing the Columbus Jackaroos. And as I started to say before, Bill, they played 3 games in Division I against very tough in the Central Regionals against very tough opposition against Austin, Dallas, and Denver, and they held their own against all 3 teams. So it'll be good to see how they play here. Meanwhile, New York will bring it up on the far side as they try to pad their lead. That's a 1-on-2. Wood and Jonik converge. It's picked up and juggled around. Jonik has it. He just throws it on to the left because that's really the only thing he could do. And then picking it up is Harry O'Sullivan. Almost like Harry Windscreens O'Brien, who played for Collingwood way back in the day. The play continues, and then it's soccered on the ground. No mark, but Wood did a good job of picking that up off a blade of grass. Devine swings it around to Hum. Hum with a handball into the middle. They're really too tight in as Boston, but and the Magpies will swoop in upon them. Play on again, says the umpire. The ball goes to ground, and now they're playing aggro twister, and now out of it is a right foot again by Janky. Jonik chases it and takes a nice defensive mark. Boston will have a chance to shake the Etch-a-Sketch in the waning moments of the second half.
And it comes out and look. Oh, it's marked. Nice job there. And that's Courts once again. He's got the mark right near the far boundary. He kicks it up the line, and it's marked once again. Demons right now chaining some possessions together, trying to move it back into their attacking half. But they're just being deliberate about it, not looking to rush the ball too much. And it's spoiled, knocked away by the Magpies, but then punched ahead by the Demons once again, and headed toward the hands of Rory Smith, who now is dispossessed. And ball goes back to ground. There's a race for it now. And, oh.
Nope.
They wanted improper disposal, but the umpire said no.
And I wanted $1 million.
Nice spoil there. I believe that was P.J. Devine who got in that, but the Magpies still relentless coming back with it. And once again, they're coming through center, going right through the corner, lining up a target. Is going to take a bounce. Jonick in there in defense. He'll take him right down and then try and move the ball ahead. Magpies still with it right now, and it'll just be kicked back as they'll try and reset. It'll take a hop, so it won't be a mark, so he can't take the time with a free kick, and he just delivers it right into the forward 50, goes over everyone, and that's going to be it, I believe.
No, it's a push in the back on Jonick.
Okay.
And that was close, but good call there. And Jonick, you know what? I think there wasn't a whole lot in it, but they're going to play on. They give it to Davis. Davis's kick is
bang
right there. That's a goal, and it's on the siren. It's a goal. Count it.
It's a goal. Yes.
And New York hits the half ton right on the siren. So the Magpies run out winners. It was a good effort by Boston.
Very good effort by Boston.
New York, much the best, proving why they are the number 2 team in the country.
Well, I mean, the Demons, obviously, Matt Wood, you mentioned him already. He's always one of the consistent players. And last year, one of the players who came up and who showed a lot this game, too, was Jeremy Hum. I mean, even in the middle of action, there's just no way to get him off his game, so I guess you can say there's no rattle and hum.
No. He definitely sung loud and clear on that one as we check for Stacey Roberts' approval on those jokes. But once again, the final score here in the first game of Division I, our second game of the day, the New York Magpies, 8 goals, 2 behinds, 50 points. The Boston Demons, 4 goals, 2 behinds, 26. Heads up to Boston. New York, though, much the best here, and a pretty good game of footy and a good start for the Magpies, who have now won 4 games in a row to start this 2016 season.
And that's going to do it for this episode of Stateside Footy, but we're not done here by any stretch of the imagination. Coming up in our next episode, we'll start out with an 18-on-18 women's match, and it's going to be the New York Magpies, the home club, going up against the Angela Eagles. There we go. It's a composite side of the Montreal Angels, the Columbus Jillaroos, the Boston Lady Demons, and also the Baltimore-Washington Lady Eagles. So, yes, there we go. The Angela Eagles. Try saying that one 5 times fast.
With a mouth of mashed potatoes?
Right. Just remember, you can check us out online. Visit our website at www.statesidefootytv.com. Also, you can check us out on Facebook under Stateside Footy TV. Follow us on Twitter. It's BillR_SS Footy. Until next time, on behalf of my co-commentator Brian Barish and our camera person Stacey Robert, I'm Bill Robert, wishing you a terrific day and thanking you for watching Stateside Footy.